say you're beautiful and damn it's true. You know I wouldn't wanna lie to you, so trust me when I say, yeah, 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 yeah. I found love and I live for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. I found love and it's all for you. Wanna run into the dark with you, light it up and let it start anew. We'll find the spark inside my dying soul. Just stay with me until we're growing old. Got the light and it's shining through. You say you're beautiful and damn it's true. You know I wouldn't wanna lie to you, so trust me when I say,
Hello, hello, hello to the people who didn't get notifications but still managed to make it to the stream. Because YouTube are completely inept at doing anything right. Oh dear. I should really have done this off camera first. Ah. There we go. So, oh yeah, this is a super loud tractor that I still haven't tweaked. Vehicle volume. There we go. So today's plan is we're gonna do some spraying and then kind of move time forward a bit. Use Discord. That works too, Glengar. Because I try and make sure that all the stream notifications at least go into Discord, one way or another. It's usually a race between me and Yanis. Oh hey, Nightbot's decided to work today. That's a bit of a bonus, I guess. Hello, farming man. How are you doing today? Michael, hello. This is the second time in a week I've tweeted at Team YouTube saying, hey, the notifications are broken again. How is this fine Saturday? Angry at YouTube again! I was good until I started streaming. And the really annoying thing is that I got notifications for 2 other streams before I went live. So it's something that's seemingly localized to my channel. And I'm wondering if YouTube's turned off notifications on my end somehow. So I'll go into my channel settings after the stream and make sure that they're actually turned on from my end. Because that's a thing, apparently. Hey guys, plan for today's stream is that we're gonna do some spraying. And then hopefully, possibly, I say hopefully, it's going to annoy some people. We're going to try and get to getting hay work. Rarely get notifications. Yeah, it's YouTube being YouTube. Nothing works ever. So let's get this on soil composition, so you can see how badly I'm fertilizing. But the bees! The bees! Bees and Party Part had to go in. Do you know what I forgot to do before I started streaming, and I've just realised it now? Is I forgot to fill my cup. Oh, I'm gonna have to stop up in a second and fill my cup of water. Probably when I'm actually refilling the fertilizer sprayer, because I've just realised that that's running low on fertilizer. Wrong challenge tag on screen. Pause. Can I alt out? No, I can't just alt out. Worst thing is I checked that everything was right before I started and didn't realise that was a thing. Ah! Oh, I need to refill this entire bottle. Need to refill my water bottle, it's nearly empty. As usual, I always forget the tag. I always forget the challenge tag at the bottom. There we go. There's my phone, by the way. I need my phone. Oh my god. This is me being organized and having everything in order, totally 100%. There we go. There's the right Chrome tab on my phone. Right, now we can continue. Hello, River Johnson. Or River, I guess. There we go. Now I'm actually organized, even though it took me half an hour to set up the stream. Somehow. So how are we all doing today? We all enjoying the lovely 22 degrees Celsius that it is today? Holy cow. It's supposed to only get warmer until Monday. That water is really stale now. I need to replace the water in my drum because it's taken too long to drink it. Maybe I shouldn't use like tap water. You had chocolate today, so you're okay. I had a beef burger for breakfast. Or cheeseburger that also had bacon, so it was the best kind of burger. I also, if you didn't notice, have trimmed my beard. Which, I'm surprised nobody's water gets to... It does if it's left in a plastic bottle for too long. It starts tasting of plastic. I've also trimmed my beard because I was getting really annoyed with how bad it was. But I mean to play West... I didn't realize this song was called West Coast. I didn't realize this was called the West Coast. Highs of 31 this week. Yeah, I saw that. Hello, Adam. VB. It's supposed to be 30 degrees up north by you. Oh no! Oh no, thanks. You can keep that. I've got like a million emails I need to look at as well today. And I'm gonna have a video. I am going to have a video for you guys tomorrow. Because the videos are now just, I feel like putting this up at this day. No notification. I am in no way surprised by this. YouTube hates me. It just hates my channel, I swear. But, I'm gonna have a video for you guys tomorrow because it's gonna be the iRacing race I did last night, which was just mental. It was bottom split. It was the worst of the worst that were driving that car at that time. But there was some really good racing happened, and some interesting things throughout that race. And that's going to be tomorrow's video. I've got the replay file saved, so I'll record commentary for that tonight. I'll record that tonight. Probably directly after the stream. And, why is this not wanting to move? Did I get this, like, stuck or something? What's gone wrong with the sprayer? Hello, Lyle. What has actually gone wrong with the sprayer? Is it now going to want to move? It is now going to want to move. I wonder, can we get another pass out of this? Even if we can get like a half pass, it'll be fine. You get to see one of my least favorite tracks in the world now, because it's Motorsport and I don't like it. I'll race on it, but I don't like it. I do like it in the, like, it's really a fast circuit, but it's so difficult to actually find reference points. Like, there's one corner on Motorsport where the reference point is, oh, I've hit the rev limiter in 4th gear. I better lift now. And turn. And then accelerate really quickly so that the car doesn't spin. 8 tracks and too many sharp turns. I actually like technical tracks. Although I do need to start learning next week's Skip Barber track soon. Because next week's Skip Barber track is the Nordschleife. You know, the big German track that's like 20 miles long. The race has so far been on 2 relatively short tracks with 16 or 25 laps last week and 16 laps this week. Next week's race will have 3 laps. And 8 minutes per lap. So I'm really not looking forward to that at all. There's a race coming up later this season. still a few weeks off at Belle Isle, which is a street circuit. That's going to be fun. 3 laps on the ring seems like enough. It really does for like a half-hour or so race. And the joy is there won't be any in-session qualifying, which there usually is in iRacing, because the track is too long. Because qualifying is usually 8 minutes. And that wouldn't even get you an outlap. But let's stop talking about motorsports, because people are literally unsubscribing from me now. I don't know what to talk about though, because as far as I'm aware, there's no Farm Sim news to talk about. Like I did see yesterday there was a new mod on the mod hub, the Fent Vario 500, which kind of looks like Shrunk Down 700 to me. And it's in beta, which hints that there's a few problems. Hey, hamster. I question mods that come out in beta at this point. Like, either there are problems or the mod author was really, really impatient and decided, screw it, just upload it to beta. Which has a lot less testing. There's like the testing for beta is still there, but it's a lot less stringent, and I think Giants will prioritize beta mods a bit more as we move towards FS19. It's Shrunk Down 700. I thought so. I thought it looked a bit weird. Like, certain things just looked out of proportion. As things, pretty good, pretty good. They'd be a lot better if YouTube decided to occasionally actually send out notifications for my streams, but pretty good. I'm wondering will Landy arrive in saying, oh, I didn't realize you were live. Yeah, I'm fully expecting Giants, because there's only one person testing, that person, he or she, is probably going to prioritize beta because it's less work. You gonna try something to get a few more in? Go for it, Glengar. Because I get really frustrated when YouTube hamstrings my own streams. Turned all your notifications off. Why am I not surprised that YouTube did this? Considering this is the second day within a week that YouTube has turned off notifications on my stream specifically. And like, I know people don't want to listen to me complaining, but this is literally my job at the moment. This is how I make my, you know, whatever little money I get, and YouTube just keeps hamstringing things. And then if I complain, I never get any word back whatsoever. And YouTube wonders why so many people are going over to Twitch now. Like, yeah, they don't give a damn about anybody other than the Paul brothers and anybody who's in a like major contract, like who's on network TV. That's all YouTube cares about now. We're gonna start doing YouTube. My genuine advice for you is don't do Twitch instead. Post the link on FSUK. Are you allowed to do that? I don't know if that's within the rules, Glengar. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that's supposed to do that. Like, I'm not saying don't do that, I'm saying I don't know if that's within the FSA UK rules. And considering I talk to so many of the top guys from FSUK, it might look bad if somebody's promoting my stream on there. If it's against the rules, just, like, you might get a PM saying, hey, that's not good. Just apologize on my behalf. Or something. You take it. Yeah, like put it on a Facebook page or something, that's fine, but maybe not FSUK. As much as I make fun of the Facebook communities, they're a good place to get people out, you know, get your channel out there. Was that not PG? What did he say that wasn't PG? Oh! You didn't beat the blacklist. You made it into the for moderation list. Is there many fields to spread? No, I think this is the last one, Lyle. Why? Like, I knew this wouldn't just be spraying all stream, because there's not much spraying to do. I'm kind of curious why you're wondering, though, if there are many more to do yet. Just curious. Okay. Not like some people who are gonna complain because in a seasons series I'm doing grasswork a lot. Because grasswork is one of the few things you can do fairly regularly in seasons. And in fact, the next job I have lined up is going to be grasswork because we need some hay for the cows. Hey, St. Kodak. How you doing today? You don't mind grasswork? Yeah, some people complain when I do grasswork. It's like, it's seasons. There's only so much I can do. Hey, Martin's photographs as well. I know I'm being a bit negative and, you know, whining, but like at the same time, some may not understand how seasons affects gameplay. Yeah, some might not understand the rules that, you know, there's literally a command in chat so that you can understand the rules. When did I start with the wheel? Ages ago, dude. I've had the wheel on and off for, what, 2 years now? The better part thereof. And hilariously, the throttle pedal's kind of squeaky, so when I'm doing iRacing, you can tell when I'm accelerating. Cause I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a little squeak from the throttle pedal. Just a little one, but you can hear it, and it's like, yeah, Dave's doing iRacing again, or using his wheel again. It is actually getting quite hot in my room. You can hear it. Ah, yes. Yeah, that's me just pushing down the throttle. The throttle? The pedal. I said throttle and pedal at the same time. Pedal needs some WD-40. That I think would be bad. I think they're supposed to be like greased up, and I don't have any grease. That's a safety feature to tell me I'm on the gas. I almost said grass. So what is this insanity challenge? It's the hardest set of rules I could come up with for Farm Sim. Without making it not fun. So I have to use seasons, I have to use crop destruction, I have to do all the jobs, I have to harvest everything all the time. Yeah, I'm using tiny equipment and I've got the full loan out, so it's 300,000 euro. I'm not allowed to sub out any equipment unless there's like a good reason for it. Like if I were, like if I was trying to do something with this deer and I realized that, oh, this actually breaks the mod, then I'd be allowed to swap something out. I'd be able to swap this out, but other than that, it's like I'll swap stuff out to get even smaller equipment. But other than that, no swapping at all, no buying new equipment, no buying new fields. I'm stuck with the fields that I have. I did grab field 6 before I locked down the money rules, because I felt like I needed even more grass than the map allowed at the beginning. But that's the only difference to like the default fields that I made, was I got field 6 because I felt like I needed just the one extra grass field. Nightbot isn't showing the insanity rules. It should be. I'm pretty sure I put a link to the Google Doc in Nightbot with the insanity tag. Has Nightbot gone on strike again? Like, has Nightbot broken again? Could you just try, like, the Nightbot command or something? Do I look different? I do look different today, you so. The beard is gone. I trimmed my beard this morning. When I got out of... Like, when I got up and I was making my breakfast, I went into the living room and, like, buzzed my beard off. Because it was getting a bit too fluffy and horrific looking for me. So I've gone back down to, like, a nice, manageable beard. Because I don't like not having a beard. I don't like being clean-shaven. This is something that you might not know about me. I don't like being clean-shaven. I don't like having a bald face. I genuinely like having a beard of some description. It's just comfortable for me. Well, that too, yeah, Gengar. And I'm gonna have a haircut, I think, tomorrow at some point. Oh, Nightbot's broken again! Fantastic! Hey, Lone Wolf! Everything's breaking! Everything's breaking! Oh dear. I'm not even gonna complain at this point. Bleh. You'll need to be clean shaven to be in the fire service? Well, yeah, I could see how beards can be a bit of a hazard if you're working with fire a lot. Considering hair is quite flammable. And, like, you don't exactly want flames on your face. So I can kind of see how beards are not exactly a good idea for being in the fire service. To anybody who's new, everything's broken today, so just deal with weirdness. And me occasionally just sighing and slapping my face or something. I mean, loud beard too. They are allowed regulation beards. Why do I like farming so much? Do I ever get bored of it? I get incredibly bored of it. In fact, you only ever see me farming on stream or in videos. That's the only times I play Farm Sim. I usually play, like, I know that I've cut down the Farm Sim videos. You might notice I'm playing a reasonably good variety of games on the channel now. They're the games that I play anyway. Like FSX, I was playing FSX for like 3 hours last night, just doing a few flights. Actually 2 flights, one to London City, one from London City to Waterford. They're both pretty cool. In fact, Landy actually watched me landing in London City Airport and then taxiing out to for the return flight. Nightbot's Nightbot's back. Welcome back, Nightbot. You've decided to wake up for once. I just want to double check that I have in fact fertilized all 3 fields that I have. I have. I'm still annoyed that I didn't plant canola. So that means we just fast forward time for a bit. Because there's nothing else I can do until... Actually, did I give the animals water? I'm pretty sure I gave the animals water. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. How did I forget to give the sheep water? P3D is better than FSX. Yes, it's also a lot more expensive. Do I know how to set up Nightbot? Yes. I'm really glad that I caught that before any sheep died. That could have been really bad. P3D Prepared 3D. It's by Lockheed Martin. It's basically FSX. Just with, I think, a slightly different physics engine and different graphics. It's using the same engine. I don't know if you knew that, Traff, but P3D is FSX. It's in the exact same engine. How come you never heard of it? It's officially not a consumer product. You so you're acting as if I'm going to remember this. If you want help, PM me, because that way I get to see it and can remember. You worked with Lockheed Martin before? You can PM... Yes, you can PM me, you so. Or are you saying you can't? Because that would be kind of odd. I haven't, like, blocked you or anything. I think I've got my PMs open. Like, I was talking to Simulation for the Nation last night, and he was saying, oh, he gets a lot of, I get a lot of emails and Facebook messages and stuff, and I literally just said, I really don't. If people want to contact me, they'll just ping me on Discord. Or, like, put something into Discord and they'll get an answer from, if not me, somebody else, because they know that I'm always kind of hanging around in there. And, like, if you want to get in contact with me, Discord is the best place. Because I always have Discord open on my PC. If I'm bored, I will go on Discord on my phone. Like, if I'm AFK, I'll go on Discord on my phone. I'm almost always on there. So, if you want to contact me at any time, you can PM me. Yeah, I was going to say, like, people PM me asking about the Insanity Challenge. That's why I put out the announcement saying, yeah, guys, just so that I stop getting PMs about this, you can all do the Insanity Challenge on your channels. I have no qualms with you doing my challenges on your channels, as long as, like, I get, you know, the credit for coming up with the challenge in the first place. That's all I ask of people, is, like, they credit me where credit is due. Oh, is Massey struggling? I was talking to SFTM. No, he's joined the TeamSpeak, Glengar. In fact, he asked me ages ago to do an interview with him, and I just completely forgot about it, and I've only just, like, I remembered last night. I do need to get back to him about that. I need to get back to him about that interview, because he did ask me to do one. Ever play ETS? Yes! Kind of rarely now, but I do. Speak of the devil, hello! I've been up since 10 o'clock this morning! Well, I woke up originally at 10 o'clock. I don't know what time I actually got out of bed at. Yeah, SFTN, we need to figure out that interview. Because I remember you asking me ages ago and I was super busy at the time. We need to figure out when we can get that done. He's now seen a bit inside the mind of my madness off camera. And maybe you've realised that I am actually just as loopy in real life. For those of you that don't know, very little of what I do on camera on YouTube is actually an act. Yeah. Good luck getting an interview with Oxygen David, by the way, because Landy has been trying to get him a mic for the last year and a half. For as long as I've known Landy, he's been trying to get a mic to Oxygen David. What do I think of it now? I've not played it for ages. From what I've seen, they're still struggling very heavily with optimization, and stuff like that. Barents C has the same issue. Like, an astonishing number of indie simulators have this issue where, for whatever reason, they run 100% CPU or GPU no matter what. And that's a major problem because it can actually kill graphics cards. Foxtrot, tomorrow's video is going to be me and iRacing, so you actually get to see me driving seriously for once. Because yes, some of the, the farm sim, I'm just relaxing, I'm just chilling out, I'm just kind of letting things happen as they happen. iRacing, I force the issue. I am actually quite fast. Well, I say that. You tried. We've all tried. We've all tried to convince Oxy to get a mic. Landy literally has one for him. All Oxy needs to do to get a mic is when Landy is in the UK, meet up with Landy, and he will have a microphone. That's all Oxy needs to do. It's not like we're telling him to go out and buy one for like $150 or something. No, meet up with Landy. Just go visit Landy, meet up with him, chill out with him. He'll literally hand you a microphone that he has spare. I know the answer to that question, Glengar, and I know why this FTN doesn't want to comment on it. Oh. All I'm gonna say is I love OBS and its occasionally random crashes that completely destroy video files. Not gonna go into detail on that, I'm just gonna leave that there. It's happened to literally everybody who uses OBS, that it crashes and deletes a video file. Everybody gets angry at it as well. Everybody's angry. And everybody says, "Ah, screw OBS, I'm never going to use this again." And the next day they're using OBS again. Because it's the best free software for recording. It's actually one of the better recording softwares you can get. It's really light, file sizes are nice and small, it's very versatile, you can do whatever the hell you want with it. It's really odd, like, the only thing that isn't free that you can get really good software for now, you can't get really good for free, is editing software. And I'm really hoping that somebody makes an open source editing software. Because then YouTube channels can run basically for the cost of a microphone. Because everybody, if they're doing voiceovers, uses Audacity. Because that is free and that is wonderful. Almost everybody for recording uses OBS because it's free and it's wonderful. Everybody who streams uses OBS. Because it's really versatile, you can do a lot of stuff with it. Like, I use OBS. I went from XSplit, which is a paid product, to OBS because I prefer OBS. OBS can do more than a paid product. Right, is that everything sorted for the animals? Why are the sheep... Oh, because of the water thing. The cows could do with grass, but there's not a whole lot I could do there. I could clean out the cows, but I'm not gonna traipse the damn thing up. So let's get time moving forwards. You might have noticed I was doing that at 6 PM in game. I use Streamlabs OBS only for Twitch. Can I skip tonight morning? Nope. I only use Streamlabs OBS on Twitch. Morning, please, because it skips more time. It's summertime now. Right, how are the animals? Let's... First things first, animal statuses. The cows are running purely off silage now, but they're fine. The pigs are fine. The sheep are fine. Okay, we can probably skip through another day. Oh, okay, gotta be careful with the time acceleration because it does wonk stuff up. Have you ever used LifeWorks? I tried, but I couldn't figure it out, so I gave up. I want to just check on the growth of the grass, because I think it's going to be in stage 1 ready to harvest already. Yeah, we want the grass to be stage 3 ready to harvest. Now all the fields are fully fertilized, which is great. We'll skip another day. Just gonna take a minute for everything to catch up and calculate. Welcome back, Adam. Now, if I was able to do forestry, this is when I'd be doing it, really. This in winter. Just, I guess, to fill time. Okay, that's all good. The animals... Okay, we gotta deal with the animals. And just because everything's gonna need water, and it's a bit easier to do this, I'm gonna grab the pallet fork, oddly enough, because I know I can lift the Jolly Dodgers big bags with a pallet fork. I can also lift bales with a pallet fork. So we're gonna go on the little magical mystery tour of the map with the load all and the water trailer, because this is pretty much the optimal machinery set for doing everything for animals right now for me. Hello, Arne de Drew. How are you doing today? So it's going to take a little while to get around the map to do everything. We're going to get everything done. And then we'll skip another few days. We'll get to late summer. Corn's nice and grown. If I was able to do corn silage, now would be when I'm doing it. It's in that nice final growth stage. Slowest machinery stuff. It is the slowest, yes, but it's also the best for what I need to do. Because I can do all the jobs that I need to do, barring, like, clearing out the animals with these 3 pieces of equipment. With the pallet forks, I can sort the bale, or 2 for the cows. I can... Because I think they'll go into the bale destroy trigger, I hope. If not, I may need to bring a tractor down. Hello, PCG. But I can definitely sort out the water. If I need to, I can move the wool pallet and the sheep. And I can definitely sort out the pig feed. So that's 3 jobs other than the water. So 5 jobs total I can do with these 3 pieces of equipment. Which granted are the slowest that I have. And I was actually tempted, Stu, and you're gonna be glad I didn't. I was tempted to, instead of having the load all, actually using the Bobcat and having a skid steer instead. I was really tempted until I realized that would be a really dumb idea because I'd get like nowhere ever. But once I get the 300k sorted, I will probably get 2 load-alls. 1 dedicated for the pigs, 1 dedicated for the cows, 2 sets of, or not load-alls, skid steers. 1 dedicated pigs, 1 dedicated cows, and they'll just kind of sort out the stuff for the pigs and cows there and then, and just stay at those yards. The sheep I might get another skid steer for, but the load-all will kind of be for loading bales, basically, will be its sole purpose. And once I get into the position where I'm able to buy equipment, it's going to make life a lot easier because I can just buy equipment as and when I need it. Find a manure fork and clean them out too. Ooh, that was an oversight on my part then, 1174. Hello Liam, how are you doing today? It is getting really hot in my room. What temperature is it supposedly outside? 22 still? Ugh. I've got like messages on 6 different apps, which is lovely. 21 degrees, mostly sunny. I'm looking out my window, and I would say mostly is a bit of an understatement. I can't see a single cloud. Bank balance is good. Yeah, it's looking like we're gonna struggle to get positive in money, which is a bit annoying. Hello, Agriman. What's my favorite food? Chicken curry, or spaghetti bolognese. I'm quite a fan of like curries in general, actually. Tip beating Mayo at half time. In what? There is not well for the bobcat. You have a chicken curry this evening? I had it last night. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. In football. In football! But Mayo are actually good at football. Ah, yeah, if I brought the shovel, I would have been able to just give them the magic slidage. Oh, well, I'll see if it'll rip a bale apart. You like pasta or curry, but you hate spicy food. Oh, no, give me spicy food. I will actively... I know that, Glengar. It's just an old joke that Tip lose every football match ever. Which was great because it was really cheap to go see Tip football matches. Have we run out of water? Or the cows are good for water. They need a bit more silage. We're somehow down to 6 pigs. The pigs have run out of food so badly we've lost 4. So I'm going to have to cheat money and get 4 extra pigs. I'm a big fan of spicy food. Yes, I love it. I will go out of my way to, like, you know those... like super noodles you can buy. The Coca noodles and super cheap noodles you can get from Tesco and whatever. I will, if I'm bored, get a pack of curry noodles, throw them in the pot, and then just start throwing chili in it, and paprika and whatever I need to. No cheating. Yeah, I mean, I need to have the 10 animals. Then again, this is through my own ineptitude, so maybe you're right. Oh, good, it did destroy the bale. So cows are now good for food. I've inspired you to start YouTube. I've inspired you to make a massive mistake then. Start like Twitch if you want to do anything. Like if you're able to stream on Twitch. There's more of a future there. Let's get this onto normal view here. We'll go to the sheep next. Hello, Sim. Sim, did you get a notification from my stream? Because you said to me the other day that you almost always get notifications from my stuff. Did you get a notification from my stream? Just out of curiosity. Because people have been saying, oh, there's not been notifications sent out again for the 2nd time this week. I could agree, man, but I've got an established audience here, and if I stream on Twitch, I get like 10 people. Plus, I'm able to monetize more on YouTube. And I know that sounds cynical, but this is literally how I make my, like... I don't make much money, but this is how I make my living at the moment. It's not making a living at all. Still not, oh, wonderful. No notification. I'm gonna, real quick, just come out of game. And go into my spare YouTube tab that has a video on. Oh, no. Where's channel settings gone? Is it in Creator Studio now? Do I have to like go this really convoluted way through Creator Studio and then YouTube settings? Notifications? Advanced settings? No. Is it in channel settings somewhere? Upload defaults? I genuinely don't know how to like try and force notifications on YouTube. I'm sure there's a way, but it's really convoluted and impossible to find because that's how YouTube totally works. Is simulator gaming here? Because then we'll have all 3 sims together. You have blocked me. That makes sense. I'm so excited to see what's planned. We're dealing with the animals, Jimmy. And then we're going to do some grass work. We need to make some hay after that. So we're playing with seasons and the animals literally die if you don't take care of them enough. So I've got to be a bit more careful than I have been because I've accidentally killed like 5 pigs. And about 10 sheep in total over the course of this series so far. And we're on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. We're on day 9 total. I've killed about 10 sheep and 5 pigs. And a couple of cows, for good measure. Start creating events. I may have to. Cutting hay in real life all day until now. It's my thoughts of John Deere coming into the game. For me, this is my own view of like how it'll affect me. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me personally. It's more variety, and that's all that's the only bonus I have from John Deere being in the game. For the player base at large, for farm sim players at large, it's fantastic because specifically for console players, it means there's more stuff they can use and more stuff they can play with. And it's another brand, Sun, very very much Sun, Sin. But John Deere being in farm sim, it's something that's fantastic for consoles, and I hope to see more big brands. Like Class and Kubota are the only 2 really big brands that aren't in the game yet. I hope to see them coming soon, possibly as DLC. That'd be kind of my roadmap for farm sim in terms of hopes, because like Giants are doing a lot of little tiny things that you might not notice but improve how the game plays and feels. For FS19, and I'm really glad of that. Is it still very poorly optimized? I can record it as FTN for about 25 minutes, and in that 25 minutes, after that 25 minutes, if I touch my PC case, bear in mind my PC case is metal, and it's actually really hot right now, after what, an hour of streaming. If I touch my PC case, because I've got a water cooler, a liquid cooler. Oh, that's probably what's causing it. Because I got a liquid cooler, all the heat gets dissipated through the case itself. If I record Bear and Sea for any more than about 25 minutes, I literally can't touch my case without hurting my hand and burning my hand slightly. That's my opinion, we don't know yet. We have had word from Liz Sertan over at Giants, who's their community manager, and I would argue knows a thing or two. There is no class license as of yet. So we can kind of extrapolate from that. The class won't be a base game brand in FS17. But there is a chance, or FS19 I should say, there's a chance they'll be in as a DLC in time. Whether that's the big mid-game DLC, like the Platinum style one, that would be my best guess. That would be, I would think, the best way to bring class in is like... Well, we're about halfway through the game's lifespan now. It's time for the big expansion, the main DLC, the big selling point for the, for all the DLCs, where we'll lump all of them together in a pack. And we'll release, I don't know what they'll call it, Diamond Edition or something? Maybe Gold or Silver again. And that would be my best guess, because they'll want something that can sell it. After the disaster that was Platinum and Essential Apache, which I found out yesterday people still play somehow, for some reason, Giants are going to want to have a big brand in the big DLC for 19, and it's possibly going to be class. I'm not going to say it definitely is. I'm saying it's possible to be class. They could, however, go left field and put in, like, vineyards and orchard farming into the big DLC, because they have a history of putting in new features in the big DLC. Like in FS11, the BGA was a DLC. Obviously, FS17, we have Sugarcane as the DLC. So there is a history of Giants introducing new gameplay mechanics as DLCs. So I wouldn't be overly surprised if the main big DLC is something like Kubota and orchard farming. Because honestly, that would sell that DLC to me immediately. Something I think Farm Sim is missing is like orchard farming, smaller scale farming, like different styles. Because pretty much everything right now is you're in a field in a tractor planting something, and you go in with a harvester of some description that cuts the plant. Or digs it out of the ground for the root crops. There's nothing where you go in and you're in a harvester and you shake the fruit off the plant, which is what a lot of harvesters do for orchards. Like, there are orchard harvesters for like olives and stuff, and they just shake the trees. His class is bigger. It's after John Deere, Agco, which is Massey Ferguson, Fendt, and Valtra, and a couple of smaller brands, Challenger, and then Case New Holland. Class is the fourth biggest equipment manufacturer in the world. So it's not as big as John Deere. There's nothing as big as John Deere. John Deere is the big Mama Jama. The big kahuna. But class would be a huge announcement. Still. Because it's very rare you see class in a game. You're treated to learn more about the cotton. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the cotton process. Like, is that something where it's basically going to be the end game crop, where you've got to have a wheel loader? What map am I on? I am on the West Coast by BulletBill, who, number one is a fantastic map maker, but number two is just a very nice guy. Where did you send this, Sim? Was this on Facebook? Is it PG? Hang on, let me find this screenshot wherever Sim sent it. It's not PG. It's very not PG, but it's beautiful. Oh dear. Hey, British farmers. Sorry, I was just looking at something Simulate sent me on Facebook. That is beautiful, man. Do I have a mods list? I really need to make a mod list. No, because his bit is what makes it funny. Like, that's the problem, is like, his bit is what really just makes it beautiful. Because he's so angry, and then you just crap all over him. Hey, British farmers. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse, where Simulate sends me non-PG things, and I've got to try and talk about them in a PG manner. Hope you enjoy your stay. I'm gonna try and talk about this in a PG manner. Basically, somebody got really butthurt that Sim called a tank and said it's an air cylinder. A tank is what you use to shoot bad guys. And Sim just said, "You must be American. Let me point out the difference between football and what you call football and what we call hand egg." Completely stealing my little catchphrase, making fun of American football. Because it is hand egg. Like, 2 of the 3 teams you have in American football. Because for some reason you need 3 teams. They don't kick the ball. Happy Dave, annoyed Dave. Also, Tractor 10, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay as well. You thought I'd forgotten about you, but I haven't. Oh god, my phone just went off. Did you send me something else, I'll throw it into my admin room so the mods can have a laugh at it later. Because that is just so beautiful. More according to, enjoy! This needs to be charged. Come here, blue charger. You are stuck under my chair. Come on, blue charger. Stop being a git. Stop. Stop being a git. Come on. Be nice. There we go. Hey, Benji. No, I don't need to feed the sheep. I can probably feed the sheep. Also, I just realized, didn't I, like, have grass in the Profi Hopper before? So Seasons does kill the grass in the Profi Hopper. That's interesting. That's something I didn't know. What does he call a water tank? A water cylinder, clearly. Right, that's the sheep fed again. Oops. Yes, sheep fed, so our little convoy of madness is going to go down to the pigs and sort them out. Luckily, I don't need to muck out the cows. Because if I did, that would be a mess. Cylinders tend to be cylinders. Well, you can get, like, this is a cylinder, it's just got bits on the top. It's a cylinder with extra cylinder. It's the exhibit cylinder! Yo dog, I heard you like cylinders, so I put a cylinder on your cylinder so you can cylinder while you cylinder. Oh, it helps if I'm in first gear. That tends to help me moving forwards. He says reversing into a hedge. It's time to pimp your cylinder. This even has an extra cylinder with extra cylinders on it at the back. Your water tank is very much cube-shaped. Yeah, I think you'll find it's cuboidal. It's not a perfect cube, so it's a water cuboid. What do I use to stream? A computer. And the internet. The internet, I find, is particularly important if you want to stream something on the internet. What do you be thinking of? Yes, Benji. You don't want to know how my mind actually works. Considering the original reason that I have a beard, this is a true story. I originally grew a beard back in university because I was too lazy to shave. But I decided to keep it when I shaved most of it off and just had a goatee left. Nobody noticed until I pointed out, have you not noticed that I've actually just trimmed my beard into a goatee and got rid of it? Most of it. No, we genuinely didn't notice. It suits you though. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep a beard then from now on. It's the entire reason to this day that I have a beard. It's because I look better with one. Suits me more. And I do personally prefer it when it's short. It's just that I'm too lazy to trim it up like once a week. And I kind of find it funny that over the course of a few months, if you watch all the streams in order, you get to see the beard growing. And then you get to see the day that I get bored and it just suddenly shoots back up into my face. Like today. Like, there was a lot of beard hair came off my face today. In fact, more hair that comes off my dad's head when he gets his entire head trimmed came off my beard today. Also, my face is now really nice and cool, believe it or not. You didn't even notice it. It went from like 3 inches to 1/4 inches in. You can actually see skin underneath my beard now. You can actually make out where my mouth is instead of it just being this ridiculous nonsense around mouth. Sim just shrugged. Oh dear. What software? I call it Streaming Extreme Face, but it probably has an actual real name. I actually call it some very colourful things, which I'm not going to say on stream because they're not exactly PG. Because usually when I'm talking about it, I'm frustrated with something it's done and shouting at it. Do I use OBS? OBS 21. Yes! I use OBS. Such a troll. It's PG and no music. Can I look after the stream, Sim? Like, is that something you'll allow me to do? I swear, so many people come in here asking serious questions. I just give them the most ridiculous answers. I'm surprised that I have any subs at all. He wants to see my live reaction. I don't wanna. I don't trust him to send me something that's actually good. Considering he's the one who kept sending me, for over the course of a couple of months, the Pokemon Go song on a near daily basis. It's a bit ignorant. Like, yeah, but at the same time, I view this channel now, and real talk, I view this channel as more of a comedy channel than a video game channel. Which is why I sometimes just go completely off the rails in streams. And why I put up the video of Flight Sim despite the fact that I hit a tree at the end. Like, I genuinely, if something entertains me, it's more likely to be on the channel than not. And some of the ideas I have for videos, I really want to do, but I just can't find the time or effort to do them. Oh yeah, this is totally how gravity works. Look at that gravity. We've got another chance to look at the gravity. Fan dabby doozum jigs. Also, I told you guys that the paddle forks would work. Alley-oop. I only want one, good sir. Gravity, go! Perfect. Nothing is wrong with this picture. Oh, don't tell me. Right, I'm gonna leave you, like, there. So that when the pigs need 354 liters of feed, you're just, like, there and hopefully just destroy yourself. The funny thing is, when I was growing up, I always wanted to be a scientist. Now I actually am one. And I'm like, I like playing video games and being an idiot. You love Spring Hill Valley. I can't stand it. That's a map that just needs to go away. Like, it can be traced back, not to FS13, but FS11. And when something's that old in Farm Sim, it just has so many things that don't work anymore. Like, mapping has come so far in the last 6 or 8 or 10 years that I don't see why people still play Spring Hill. I'll gladly take Cobra Park Farm. Cobra Park Farm is FS13, but BulletBill is actually taking the time and effort to update it properly for every version of the game. If you look at Cobra Park Farm from FS13, it is completely different from the FS17 version. And the FS19 version is going to be completely different again. Because he's going to rebuild it. He has the technology. But he's going to do it from scratch. Just imagine Cobra Park Farm made to the same standard as, and I know there's a lot of people are super hyped for this map, made to the same standard, if not slightly higher than Lone Oak Farm. With no texture limits whatsoever. Because Giants have removed the texture limits that have crippled map makers for the last 10 years. They're gone. And when I heard it, I rejoiced, even though I've never finished a map. I was making one and I gave up because I basically ran out of time. I do plan on making one for 19, and the fact that the texture limits are gone means that you don't have to make compromises as much anymore for textures. And that's fantastic. Yes, I hope BulletBill makes it like 100% accurate and has the really rundown buildings. Like, this is something I genuinely want. More than 4, yes, Sim! Unlimited! Unlimited potential! I would really want to, if this was a video now, I would just have like a cutaway of that scene in Star Wars where the Emperor's just like shooting lightning bolts out of his hands, like, unlimited power! But so, they have said, unlimited. But even if it's 6, that's what people were asking for. That's a lot of difference. Because I've always, like, run into the position where I want 5. It's always been 5. It's never been 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or 12. It's always been 5. It's like, if I could just get this one extra texture, it'd be perfect. Yeah, Meadow Grove is a really good map. I don't know what the hell is going on with the update, but Meadow Grove is a good map. You might have to run it through GE and just fix the slurry trigger, just put it up out of the ground. But it's really good. There is an update on the way, but Nathan's kind of been bored of GE and playing Farm Sim with Frontier Designs server quite a lot. So I genuinely don't know if there's going to be, if the update ever will happen. Northstone's a nice small map. You have like no clue how to edit. Neither did I when I started. But I started editing to fix maps. And I found that by fixing maps, I learned how to do what I wanted to do. And it just made life so much easier when I found a map that I liked, but was, say, a shed I felt wasn't the right size. Or I felt like a different shed in that place would be better. Or a yard could have done with some tweaks. Like, I don't do it as much anymore, but there was a point where I was just editing pretty much every map I played. To suit the way that I wanted to play it. And I do still need to edit this map, the West Coast. To just have the animal grazing mod in. Because that makes a lot more sense to me than having to go around with a bloody prophy hopper to give the sheep some grass. Also, you might notice that I haven't actually bought the remaining pigs. I'm going to let them... Yeah, I mean... There's a part of me that's tempted to just start tweaking maps again. Especially for, like, roleplay series, where... Like, at the moment if I'm doing a roleplay, and you'll notice that on Cobra, I'm working around what the map does. And how the map works. I might tweak maps in the future to work how I want them to. And to suit the exact roleplay I want to do. So you might in the future see me playing on a version of, let's just say, for example's sake, the West Coast, where I've made everything look really run down. Yeah, Simulation for the Nation does a lot of that kind of stuff. Or I might play on a version of Ballincraig where I've actually fixed the yards to where I like them. And fixed the town because there are some issues in the town I don't like, and rebuild like half the map. But you might see me doing that because I felt like doing a series on Ballincraig because everybody loves Ballincraig. Or a version of Starmock Valley where like I've put in a butt ton of extra trees or something because it reminds me of a place that I used to go as a child. And you're going to see me gushing about that map, by the way. You're going to see me, like... I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be neutral with Shamrock Valley. I'm going to love it because it reminds me of a place I used to go as a child. It brings back childhood memories, and all of them good. So I'm not going to dislike that map. Spoiler alert. What's that in Celsius? About 40, Glengar. High 30s, low 40s. Real place? But Shamrock based on a real... Shamrock isn't like, what it reminds me of is a real place, but hilariously Shamrock Valley is 100% fictional. It reminds me of a place that doesn't really have much farming happening because it's like built basically on a marshland by the sea. And it's this tiny little village that is mainly holiday homes. But back when I was going there, it was mainly caravan parks. And we actually had a caravan there. So we used to go down to the caravan pretty much every summer for like a week or two. And just like it was tiny, there was nothing there, but I loved it. And very occasionally we'll go back to that place, even today, and Like, despite the fact that most of it's changed and none of the caravans are there now, it's all holiday homes, I can still remember everything exactly where it was. Although the place does seem a lot smaller now than it used to. It's like he's making the map for me. It kind of is, in a way. But, I mean, I did challenge him to make an Irish map. I put an open challenge out there and Oxy decided, ah, screw it, we'll do an Irish map. Because I've always wanted to see, and this is just pet peeve of mine, Irish maps tend to be not very well made in one way or another that really annoys me. And I wanted to see what would happen if a really good map maker would do it. Like RainbowDave or BulletBill. Like, just put out an open challenge for like the top map makers, the absolute best of the best. Do an Irish map. Because they're apparently impossible to do. FarmSim has needed a good Irish map. RainbowDave is not Irish. He actually lives near enough to Landykid, and where Sim is currently living. In the UK. Which is why all of RainbowDave's maps are basically in the same place. But yeah, Oxy's a wizard. Like, Irish maps have proven impossible for everybody who's tried. Because it's such a tough thing to actually get into FarmSim is... And I can tell you, like, the ingredients to a good Irish map. Just because I was trying to make one. You need to have everything really tight, but open enough that you can get your vehicles around. You need to have all the yards be really tight, but again, open enough that you can get your vehicles around, you can maneuver, you can have your equipment. Really small yards, but big enough to hold a decent amount of equipment. It's like this impossible list of contradictory things that you had to have in a good Irish map. And it's like, you can make that, sure, but is it going to be any good? Apparently so. As Oxy seems to be proving with Shamrock Valley. So that is, yeah, that's going to be the animals good for a couple of days, so we can get into late summer now, hopefully. So more time acceleration is going to happen. I'm going to skip forward to about 8 o'clock at night and then hit Alt N. There we go. Skip to morning, please. I'm going to try again FS19. We're just going to keep the time acceleration running because we need late summer. How are the... Whoa, 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 whoa! Stop the time acceleration, stop the time acceleration. How are the animals doing? All good. We probably gonna need to feed the animals. Okay, now we stop the time acceleration entirely because we need to skip night to morning. It's the impossible jigsaw, pretty much. Yeah, I know that, Blash. Having spoken to Rakin, it's about 3,000 times acceleration you can get away with. How do you make the counselor work? You literally move the trigger up above the floor of the map. That's all you need to do. Now we're in summer, the animals don't need as much food, so we're kind of good. So we can skip forward to, I'm gonna say about 750. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! I don't know if I can make hay in this weather. In G, the whole plane moves. Not the plane, the trigger. I don't know if I can make hay in this weather. But this is basically when I need to mow for hay. If I can't make hay, I'll have to make nothing but silage again. Oh no, this is really a worst case scenario. This is when I want to be making all of the hay. Now, like, I've just realised, by the way, that I'm not allowed to actually start working until 9 AM. Are the crops fully grown? Field 15 is. Field 10 looks it. Yes, Adam. So the corn's fully grown. We're gonna kind of leave that. I really should have planned this a bit more. How could I have planned this more? Like, it's wet crop. It's rain. This happens. If I mow the grass in the rain, then a portion of it will get eroded. I'm aware of this. Oh, I got that weird wheel bug again. Hello, Irish Aggie Contracting. I am aware of the fact that you will lose some crop. Like, it's a yield thing. Can look at the weather forecast. Rain, 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 rain. Good. Is it? Adam, if you don't know what you're looking at, don't try, because you'll make a mess of it and ruin things. Because there's a chance that if you edit triggers and stuff, you break maps. I just want to point out to the people who are trying to tell me, you know, how to play with seasons. I was the first person on YouTube to use seasons. I know how it works. I literally started the whole trend of seasons on YouTube. I was involved in development of the damn mod. I know how seasons works. Which is why I knew when it started raining, oh crap, this is gonna be wet crop. I don't know if I can make hay. Was it not Lanny? It was me. I was the one that took the plunge because I had the smaller channel, less to lose. Landy was the second. Once I told him that, okay, we can use seasons if we do X, Y, and Z. Because Racken got in contact with me once he saw I was doing a season series and said, oh, yeah, could you do this, that, and the other for us, just so that we can... just so that we don't get inundated with stuff, so that we can keep working on the mod, and so that you can give your opinions to us directly instead of just stating it in videos and hoping we see it. So one of the things he asked us to do was to not publicize where you could download the mod, so we could use it but not have it in our mod lists or anything. We had to join their Slack, which I think I'm still in but I haven't logged into in months. Like, there was this list of stuff that we were asked to do, and we did it all. We were, like, really good because we really enjoy seasons. And Landy to this day does enjoy seasons. It's just the problem with seasons, and the reason so few people do use it on YouTube, is because it kills series really damn quickly. Because, like, you might notice I've been doing a lot of grass work on this map specifically. It's because I can't do anything else right now. Like, this is going to be the next couple of streams where I'm doing hay work because that's all I can do. And by the way, I'm using the ModHub version of Seasons because it's stable. There is a version on their GitHub which is less stable, and I prefer stability. Because sometimes their new versions say, oh yeah, you'll need to start a new save game. No, I'm not starting the save game over. That's not a thing that's gonna happen. It's just not. What are they changing? I have no idea. I've not seen a change log. I've not looked at the GitHub version. That's where I got it from back in the day. That still exists, Glengar. You can still download the GitHub version. And it is still in development. They are still working on seasons, and there is still new features and stuff being worked on. What they are, I have no idea, but they are still working on new stuff. I'm really hoping I can turn this into hay, because it'll be a disaster if I can't. This will all have to be silage. Well, season's been FS19. I don't know. I know Rakin is working with Giants now, and he's one of the guys. He is basically the guy that made Seasons what it is today. He wasn't the guy that came up with the idea, but he's the guy that did most of the coding and basically took control of everything. from, I think it was Real Logger came up with the idea originally. Rakin just took control because he had so many ideas for what he could do. But Rakin isn't working on weather systems or season systems. He is working, I believe, on missions or something like that. He's like working on gameplay aspects. So I don't know if Seasons is going to be base game in FS19. For the simple reason that I don't know if somebody in Giants has picked up their code and just said, okay, we can just directly implement this into FS19. What I do know, however, what I've been told by a reliable source, is that scripting might just be a lot easier in FS19 because they're going to a less hard-coded method of running the game. So less things are going to be just like, this is the way that it works. More is going to be just kind of like, if this happens, then this happens. Or something like that. They're going less hard-coded with stuff. So scripting might get a lot more interesting in 19. And I wouldn't be too surprised because it's about time we had a very script-heavy game. FS15 was very script-heavy. FS13 and 17 were very tractor-heavy and equipment-heavy. Unfortunately, nothing's really matched the level of insanity the equipment got to in FS13. And that makes me kind of sad. Because there was just this insane range of equipment back in the day. It might be a load of like, if this, then that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that. Based on these 7 other criteria. Hey GD, how are you today? Annoyed that YouTube's bloody notifications are broken again. As always. But enjoying Farm Sim, and I've just hit play on my stream on my phone. Luckily, it's a Flash player stream, so it won't work. Is that SR coding? Do you mean more visible scripts and XML files? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. All I've been told, and all I know, is that there's less hard coding in FS19 than in FS17. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm using keyboard, it's because I'm lazy right now. That's the long and the short of it. I'm just being lazy. If you want to complain about the moral I'm using, please send a postcard to Santa, care of the Pentagon. Whatever the Pentagon's address is, you can Google that probably. And it'll make its way to me eventually. They're not going to remove features, Adam. So yeah, there'll still be mods on console in 19. But more event-driven kind of AI type stuff. I would imagine so. Also, mods, could you take note of the message between the two I just read? It would be insanity to remove like mods from console. It's now a feature of the game. They're not going to remove features. Thank you, GD. Sometimes I ask for things without asking for things. Very careful how I phrase stuff sometimes. Hello, hard worker. How you doing today? You just flipped your tractor. GG, Yanis. Are you so? Good lord. I'm confusing everybody in my head now. I think I've got heat stroke. Maybe I'm just an idiot. One of the three. Does anybody know... I might have to turn off wet crop for this. But does anybody know if I can actually ted grass when the wet crop warning is there? I think GD's just googled the name, I think. Yeah, I was talking to you, so I made a derp. You can, but it stays as grass. If I were to turn off Blage, if I were to turn off wet crop right now, could I ted it into hay? Because I need to make hay bales. You don't know, you never tried. Well, there's only one way to find out. Settings. Crop moisture. Off. Oh, let's go to the wet crop warning! You say that, Bucko, a lot of people have just actually left. That's got rid of the wet. I can make hay. What if I were to turn on? Now this is just out of curiosity. What if I were to turn back on crop moisture? Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Welcome back, Liam. Okay, so I fixed the problem. I'll turn wet crop back on after I've got the hay made. On a serious note, if you want to complain about grass work, then go do it somewhere else, because this is literally all I can do at the moment. The rules say that I have to mow grass every time the grass can be mowed. I can't just leave it through late summer into the autumn. This is basic. I have to do this right now. Plus I need hay for the cows, so kind of a double whammy there of me doubly needing to do grass work right now. Because I'll need to have a stockpile of stuff for the winter when I'm going to be in severe pain with the animals, because I'm basically going to have to constantly feed them. I find grass work really relaxing. Like, it's a good way to talk to you guys. Like, sure, I've been doing a lot of grass work lately across all the different series I do. I realize this. But it's just an unfortunate coincidence that Cobra Realistic is basically at the same point this series is right now. And Sandy Bay, the best way I found to get money on that is to do grass silage. Now what I might do is I might just, because I plan on doing this anyway, I might just end the Sandy Bay series and wait for Lono can just do nothing but Insanity for a little while. Which is a thing I could do, in theory. By the way, today's video, if you haven't seen it yet, was Barents Sea. Tomorrow's is going to be some iRacing. Because I had a really awesome race last night, and Landy literally said to me, well, why don't you just put that on your channel as well? Do I play Corn Rough off screen? What? I don't understand that question. Those were words in a sentence-like format, but that made no sense to me. Like, the main game that I'm playing off screen at the moment is FSX. Cobra. Yes, because I need to do off-camera work on Cobra. Like, Cobra is a periodic series because it's basically my chill series where, oh, I gotta do some, I want to play some Farm Sim, I'm gonna play some Cobra, I'm gonna get some off-camera work done, and then I'll be in a good position to start the next video. That's why Cobra is very periodic and just like every couple of weeks there's a video, because I don't want to play Farm Sim too much. I much prefer playing FSX because I find it really relaxing. I prefer iRacing because it is really just engages my mind to 100% and it's challenging, and like at the end of the race last night, which you'll see tomorrow, I was literally out of breath. Like, I had been concentrating so much on that race that I was out of breath at the end. Would it be difficult for a pure novice to move the story trick on Metagrove? No, it's very simple. But make sure you've got a backup just in case you break the map. Because that's always a very real risk when you go into GE and edit something, is that you unintentionally break something else. Did I buy Field 6? I bought Field 6 before I started the money lockdown. So I got around the no buying fields rule by buying it before I started, because you're like, I'm allowing that because there is a point at which, like, you will know for yourself if you've got enough fields where you can get the bales you'll need. And I was looking at the fields that I had in 81 and 30, and I just looked at them and said, that's not going to be enough bales for wintering cattle and sheep. I'm going to need more than that, so I bought Field 6 as well, just to kind of make sure that I had enough. I did cheat. I'm not counting it as cheating, I'm counting that as extra setup work. Like, it's not in the rules that you can't buy fields before you go on lockdown. Notice that the rules say themselves that once you start field work, that's when the rules come into effect. If you buy a field before you start field work, when you're allowed to use money cheat to whatever extent you want, and if you buy a field because you know you won't have enough bales otherwise, that's perfectly fine by the rules of the challenge. Because on some maps you don't start off with any grass fields. You need to buy some grass fields. On some maps you don't start off with any arable fields. You need to buy a couple of arable fields. You know, it's just to keep the I guess the game playable and the challenge as playable as possible. Like, it is an inherently unplayable challenge. I kind of think it's unwinnable. But you know, I'm allowing for certain things just to make it more playable, more give you a better chance of winning, I guess. So that's the logic behind me having Field 6 and having, you know, I'll admit it, cheated according to the rules, but actually not, because the rules weren't in effect at the time. Because you'll even notice, like, I specify what kind of cultivators, seeders and stuff you use. I don't specify that you can't buy fields before you start field work. Just because there are maps where this challenge would be physically impossible. This challenge is built basically for the West Coast to make it a very difficult map. I didn't bend the rules. I used the rules to the exact letter. Just so happened that I coincidentally left a really nice loophole in the rules so that I could get an extra field in. I use the rules like a Formula 1 team does. It's like, well, the rules say this, but they don't say you can't do this. It's like the blown diffuser thing back in a few years ago in Formula 1, where the rules said, like, the diffuser, like, you can't have, what is it, a powered aerodynamic surface. They never said that you couldn't put the exhaust of your car directly onto your aerodynamic surfaces. So every team just had these ridiculous engine maps that revved up when they were off throttle and just engaged the clutch and revved up so that there was more air going over the diffuser, so it was more efficient. There's another rule that, oh, you can't have a moving aerodynamic surface, and the teams realized they could stall the rear wing by putting air on it in a certain way. So instead of putting like a movable aerodynamic surface, what they did was they put this little air vent in the cockpit, like legally speaking for cooling, but if the driver were to coincidentally cover that air vent when the car is going in a straight line, the air would be funneled to the rear wing where it would stall out and like give the car less drag. What's another funny one that people did? Tyrrell back in the, I think it was the 70s or 80s. This is just my like brain list of ridiculous Formula 1 ideas that actually happened. Tyrrell back in the, I think it was the 70s or the 80s, read the rules and realized something quite funny. The rules never said how many wheels your Formula 1 car could have. So they built a car with 4 front wheels. Ferrari came out not long after and built a car with 4 rear wheels. And for a little while there were cars being brought out and tested. They just had ridiculous numbers of wheels. Because they realized they could get extra grip if they had more wheels. And for a period in Formula 1, there were just 6-wheeled cars being tested everywhere, and Tyrrell actually ran a 6-wheeled car in a race. Well, that's another funny one. Brabham once realized that if they claimed, this is important, if they claimed that a fan on the back of their car was for cooling, they could do whatever the hell they wanted with it. So Brabham made a fan car which had a cooling fan that was really, really powerful and sucked hot air out from the engine compartment. It also conveniently sucked the car down to the ground and got them better downforce for less drag. And as a kind of unintended side effect, it had a habit of shooting stones at cars behind them. Which actually is why it got banned, because it was launching pebbles and rocks at the cars behind the Brabhams. And the drivers were getting quite annoyed that if they were behind a Brabham, they were getting showered with rocks that had been launched by the car in front's fan. Oh, Formula 1's brilliant for these weird and wonderful stories. Whew. I think there was a rule at one... Yeah, another one. This is the last one, I promise. Another one is at one point, Ferrari realized that there was no rule on how many rear wings a car could have. The rules only said that the wings had to fit in this certain box. Like the rear wing had to be within this certain box. So Ferrari realized that they could get more downforce for less drag if they put 2 rear wings on the car and had them staggered. So there's pictures online of a Ferrari that's got this ridiculous double rear wing, like one wing here and one wing back here, and they're like covering each other up. It lasted all of one race before it was banned. It's almost a shame that the Formula 1 rules are so strict now that there's no ridiculous solutions to things anymore. Like weaponized Brabhams or Tyrrells that just had way too many wheels. Or cars with wings that just shouldn't be there. Granted, the Haas team this year have had certain parts of their car banned because they kept falling off. So I guess the weaponized Haas is still a thing. Where they just shed random parts occasionally during the race. But yeah, that's motor racing in a nutshell. It's basically if the rules say it's not illegal, the teams suddenly decide it's illegal. And you get some quite weird solutions to problems. Weight reduction. See, here's the thing about the double wing Ferrari is both wings were actually small. They were really small. So that they were actually less heavy than a single big rear wing. But they gave more downforce and less drag at the same time. If you look through, like, if you Google, like, silly Formula 1 cars or not ugly ones, because some of the ugly ones are just ugly because they're ugly, but silly ones. T gets a boost off of bending a rule, they just ban it, some of them are amazing how they were. Yeah, like that time McLaren had 2 brake pedals. I know I said it stopped, but there was a period, and this isn't just a silly design, this is actually ingenious. There was a period where McLaren actually had 2 brake pedals, one of which would activate all 4 brakes, one of which would activate the brakes only on the side that was being steered towards. I think it was only the rear wheel on that side as well, to slow that down and to get better turning. Like, that's not a stupid idea. That's an ingenious idea that got banned because it was way too good. Hey, Daniel. You're dying of boredom. Well, we're almost done today. We've got about 10 minutes, well, less than 10 minutes left. Active suspension was on all the cars, and that got banned because a couple of cars broke. And the active suspension, there's videos of this on YouTube. I can't remember what car it was, but there was one car that it came out of the pits and the suspension got really confused as to where it was and just dropped it onto the ground and it slid into a wall at like 150 miles an hour. Because the computer got confused as to where it was on the track. And it just, it's in the pits. Wait, you literally just got the notification now. An hour and 54 minutes into the stream, the notifications get sent. YouTube, you lunatics! An hour and 54 minutes for notifications to go out. Most streams are over by then. Most streams I've seen on YouTube are like an hour long. Why did the little wings on the back get banned? The basic reasoning for that scene was the FIA, or whatever it was called at the time, got really annoyed that Ferrari realised there was a big loophole in the rules. Is there anything that limits the stream length? Yes, actually. The longest you can stream on YouTube for, and have it be a single VOD, is 6 hours. After that, YouTube will start deleting bits from the start of the stream. So if ever you watch, like, Jimmy Broadbent does this. If he's doing like a 24-hour stream for like Le Mans or something like that, where he's doing a 24-hour endurance race, he'll say, okay, about 6 hours in, okay, I'm gonna have to stop the stream here, back in a few minutes. This is just for the VOD. And he just starts up a new stream. And that's so that the VOD is, you get 4 VODs over the course of the 24 hours. As opposed to one VOD that's about 6 to 8 hours long, but missing most of the stuff that happens. Another limit is, like, if you want a stream where people can go back to the very start and watch it, it can be at most 4 hours long. While you're live, because the like VOD live thing, the live rewind only goes up to 4 hours. And I guess the third thing that limits streams is how long you want them to be yourself. Like 2 hours is enough for me. I can go longer. I've done a 6-hour stream before. I've done 6 hours. I can go way longer than 2 hours. But especially during the summer, it gets really uncomfortable for me to go much longer than this because, like, my room is getting there's a nice breeze at the moment, but my room gets really hot some days, and it just becomes uncomfortable. So for basically comfort reasons, you'll quite often see me just saying, okay, time to end the stream because I'm, like, my voice is going, or I'm just tired now. When did I do 6? I can't remember when exactly it was, but I did like a 3-hour stream. I think it might have been 5 hours. I did like a 3-hour stream by myself, and then Landy streamed, and we basically just continued what I finished my stream a couple of minutes early, went and got a bite to eat, and then sat down and did like another 2 hours at Landy. Because he wanted to play some Spin Tires multiplayer, and I said, sure, why not? And just got myself a sandwich or something. And that was really tough for me because, like, I put a lot of effort into these streams and a lot of energy in. So if I'm extending them, like, at random, it's suddenly like, oh god, I haven't budgeted for this. The Halo, the worst idea that Formula 1 ever came up with. Was his birthday? I can't remember what it was. But I know it was like, we played Spin Tires after I did like a 3 or 4 hour stream. And I was like, oh god, why did I decide to do this? Landy's live? Is he live? I want confirmation of this from more people, or maybe my emails. I have not got an email. I did, however, get a notification from the bloody World Cup! Germany! Oh, Germany versus Sweden. Go Germany! Landy is live. I got the notification there on my phone. From Twitch, not from YouTube, coincidentally. Why is it on there? Basically to prevent another, well, a series of crashes that happened that were very unfortunate. It's to prevent people from getting hit in the head by stuff. Oh, Trevor and Stuart, you've arrived at the worst time. If you're not subscribed yet, guys, subscribe now. I'll be back at 5 o'clock Irish time tomorrow. So 22 hours from now, I'll be back. In Farm Sim, I'll probably do Insanity. I'll probably do this challenge again, because I do want to get the hay done. Why? Because I'm finishing the stream right now, Trevor. And if you want to see, like, more streams from me, if you want to watch Farm Sim at about this time every day, you can watch me or Landy Kid. He's just starting up now. I'm going to hand over to him. I'll leave you guys by saying, I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching the Farming Simulator 17 Insanity Challenge on the West Coast by BulletBill, which is a map that, if you haven't tried it yet, how the hell have you somehow missed this map? Because literally everybody on YouTube was doing it at one point. Until next time, stay safe. And don't forget to drink your water and take your vitamins and brush your hair and teeth and stuff. Bye!